Hey, welcome back to San Diego Living. Well, we always hate to talk about this topic just because divorce and breaking up is never pleasant, but it doesn't have to be ugly and tragic, and it doesn't have to play out on the stage in front of everybody like these celebrity breakups that you see. Lori Clark Viviano joins us here once again this morning to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly
just think
of the
about
breakups.
it. What would People magazine do? What would TMZ do? You know, thank goodness these people want to embarrass themselves on TV.
Thank goodness, because people other than the lawyers are making money on that. People
Well,
from TV shows and people that sell magazines.
and trust me,
so
the lawyers are making money too. I just was saying, you know, you're going to have a segment on alcohol. Just have a drink, go to a yoga class, you know, take a deep breath.
Do you think that maybe some of the ways that people approach divorce these days and get so worked up is because of that celebrity breakup phenomenon that they see on TV all the time, and they kind of think, well, that's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be dramatic, and
You
I'm
know, I
supposed
never
to.
thought about that. Maybe it is, but you know, I was thinking, we were talking before, and like I had a case where the couple, you know, he had a job and it was a cleaning service, and so he was having them clean his place. And I guess it was a violation of a public policy within the firm. So what does she do? She reports him, and then what do? They fire him. So then she doesn't get any spousal support. Now, how brilliant was that?
Well, there's another very weird case that's out there, and it's not so much a divorce case, but it's in the same vein.
Right.
That Viviano and Donald Sterling.
Right.
She releases this tape of him making these racist remarks, and in essence derails her own gravy train.
Right.
She was the other woman. She was the mistress. She had the condo, the cars, the cash. She had all this going. And then she releases this for no explicable reason that I've been able to come up with so far, other than speculating that maybe she was going to extort him for even more money.
Maybe she was going to extort him, or look, she's on TV. Some people don't stop and realize they want that, gee, that feels good at the moment, and they don't, no one is saying to them, like when my clients want to do something, I always say, you realize there's consequences, like when you raise children.
Right.
You know, there's consequences to this decision. You realize if you report him, he's going to lose his job or has the potential of losing his job, and then you're not going to receive support.
And now look what's happened. I mean, Donald Sterling doesn't own the Clippers anymore.
Right, who are doing great.
And they're doing great, yeah, exactly. And Viviano just had to move out of the condo that she was in, has to come up with cash, the cash value of the cars that he gave her.
Right.
And it's all going back to Shelley Sterling, not to Donald.
Right.
But to Shelley, who sued, basically saying,
give me my stuff.
It wasn't his to give away in the first place. So this stuff plays out on this world stage, and I think
it plays out on my stage too.
And I think sometimes the rest of the regular folks in the world, the ones that aren't billionaires, look at this and go, I guess that's how it's done.
You know, I never thought about that, because sometimes from my point of view, I try to talk reason, and I will literally say to people, take a deep breath, go to a yoga class, you know, go have a drink with your friends, just calm down, because I get you're angry. He or she cheated on you. I get you're angry, this or that happened. But what you're about to do is going to have really significant consequences long term, and is it really worth it? Now, I have to tell a secret. I do tell them they can do one bad thing, but it can't be like burn a car down or something like that.
You do tell them?
I do.
Yeah, that's a secret you haven't revealed before.
I know.
Okay,
well,
you can do one mean thing.
You can do one mean thing, but what I find is people plan it and they talk with their friends, and by the time it gets there, they don't do it. It was just kind of fun.
It was good. It was nice to go through the process.
It was kind of a diversion,
yeah.
and it was cathartic. I mean, some have done some things that are hilarious, I have to admit. I can't tell a lie. But it wasn't like really damaging. It just made them feel better. But, you know, to me, and I say this every time we're on, who you pick as an attorney makes a difference. If you pick someone, you know, I was just talking to another attorney on the phone just yesterday, and I really like him, and we're trying to come up with a solution that's going to work for everybody. But if we had one or us on the other side that was kind of stirring up the pot, it just would be a completely different divorce. You know, sometimes opposing counsel and I will laugh, like, okay, I talked him or her out of this, and they'll say, oh, thank goodness. Because you don't want bad things to happen. Like, you know, we talk about you. I don't want a restraining order against a police officer. I don't want a restraining order against a teacher. Maybe they did do something wrong, but, you know, did it rise to the level of you're in fear of your life?
Right.
Do you know what I mean? You and I start pushing and getting rude, and then I'll say, okay, I'll send a letter over to the other side, or, you know, go stay at your friend's for a night, you know, but do you really want to spend, like I have a client that's going to probably pay me $20,000 to defend a restraining order. Now, how is that to benefit the community.
And I know that's never what you start out to do, and you always try to start off simple, calm, and start from that position. So, folks, if you do find yourself in a difficult situation, give Lori a call. You've got 2 offices, Lori.
And I'm also having seminars now. They're inexpensive. They're on SD Living. You can go there. You get a free book. We talked about it at the last time. You know, just to give you kind of a round idea of what's going to happen, what documents you need, and why that craft drink or that yoga class is important.
Okay, very good. We'll check that out on our website, san-diego6.com, under San Diego Living. Click on that and check out Lori Clark Viviano's seminars there. And if you need to talk to her, she's always available for you. And again, 2 offices that you can find her easily here in town. Lori, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend. Stick around. We're having drinks.
Hey, right, right.
All right, up next, we're shining a light on lower energy bills. Your windows can dramatically improve your efficiency on those warm summer days. And coming up, museum hopping around San Diego, the special pass that will let you enjoy an educational experience like no other.